What language do they speak here? It's Greekan, I think.
Grecian?
No, Greekan.
Greekan? Is it Greekian?
Greekish.
Greekish?
Every summer, the Greek resort of Kavos attracts 100,000 young Brits, hoping to have the time of their lives.
Have fun, get fucked up, and fuck loads of fucking girls. And anybody who says otherwise, they're chatting shit.
Here, they escape their parents and the daily grind to party to the point of getting hospitalised.
I love being away from my parents. I love them, but they get my tits.
In this series, the holidaymakers tell us why they're flocking here in their thousands.
I just don't like Britain no more. This is where I want to be.
You can't have regrets in life. You should always regret what you didn't do. Is that right? Yeah, what you didn't do. No, what you did do.
Yeah. In Kavos, you don't know what happens till it happens, and if it happens, it bloody happens.
With intimate access to the resort workers.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the UK. Do the same job at home, might as well come out to the sun and do it.
The tourists.
No one gets drunk in Kavos. We get fucking smashed in Kavos.
And the medical staff tasked with picking up the pieces.
Our generation is notorious for drinking a lot, having unprotected sex and making questionable life choices.
Prepare yourselves for the complete, uncensored story of life in a very modern paradise.
Kavos has ripped me a new arsehole.
Let's go fucking mental!
It's probably giving me a hangover for the next 7 years.
In tonight's episode, we explore the unique drinking culture of Kavos and its consequences.
It's all about getting hammered, the stories you're going to go back with.
Embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing yourself, yeah, because that's what we're here for, I reckon.
We meet the tourists who stop at nothing to achieve total and utter inebriation.
I'm not Frank, but put your fingers in my throat. Tactical charm, that's the thing to do.
What?
The workers, compelled by peer pressure to endure the world's most repulsive drinking games. The girls, whose friendships disintegrate under the influence of super-strength cocktails.
My fucking teeth are bleeding and my fucking mouth is swollen up.
And we're with the Kavos Emergencies team as a spiked drink turns one boy's holiday into a nightmare. Kavos, once a sleepy fishing village on the south coast of Corfu. Until the Brits arrived, transforming it into a mecca for young holidaymakers intent on losing control.
Drinks in Kavos? Oh, some of them are quite brutal.
Best drink in Kavos, if you want to get proper messed up, it's got to be the head fucker.
Grab two, pour it in. Grab another two, pour it in. Grab another two, pour it in. I mean, it's 7 different spirits at the end.
That's the one that ruins you the most, the head fucker.
You don't get its name for nothing.
There's a drink out here called amnesia, so you can imagine what that does to you.
Apple sour shots. Tutti frutti. Oh, tutti frutti. That's gorgeous. My favourite drink out here is probably the porn star martini.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've seen one, it's called Black Death. It's got like 15 different spirits in it.
From the outskirts of Dundee, these school friends have come to Kavos with one aim in mind.
Just get fucked. That's it.
Yeah, I was really expecting drunken shambles, and that's what we've got. Let's get fucking wasted.
Away from their parents' watchful eyes, Kavos offers these boys an irresistible week of freedom.
This is my first lad's holiday. It's totally different from a week at home. You get to drink whatever you want every day.
Was this such a sense of freedom?
Yeah, no restrictions.
Kevin, or Patty to his friends, is 19. This is the first time he's ever left Scotland.
It was my very first time on a plane. It was shit scary. I'm actually glad to get away from my parents. Because it's always Kevin going to go to the shops, Kevin going to do this, Kevin going to do that. What time they done stuff themselves?
It's unbelievable. 19-year-olds still getting sent to the shops. Unbelievable.
The glamour of Kavos is a far cry from the boys' daily grind back home.
Work in a supermarket. Typical day would just be stacking shelves and just pottering about. Scotland's a really cold and rainy place. It's such a miserable place. I was just looking for a good time, really. Just a lot of alcohol, really good memories.
I work as an engineer for the NHS, and today I might have been fixing a sluice. And for those of you who don't know, it's a big blender for shit. And it is the most disgusting thing that I've ever laid eyes on. Devil made it himself.
2 days into their holiday, and the boys, like so many of their comrades, are committed to raising their tolerance for alcohol.
We just drink as much as we can all the time. We don't just take a few and go, we're tipsy, that's it. We just go out and get hammered.
Booze in Kavos costs half as much as it does back home. For boys looking to get as drunk as possible, this represents an irresistible temptation.
I did a vodka shot through the eye. It's meant to go into your bloodstream faster, straight to the brain. You just can't fucking see. It does absolutely nothing.
I don't think you'd recommend it.
No, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a good laugh.
2 hours into their night, they've consumed several pints and 15 shots. And that's before they get their hands on Kavos's infamous fishbowl cocktail. But it isn't long before Steve reaches his limit. The fishbowl has won.
You stained the whole toilet. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake, Steve. One more.
Being sick helps. It was a tactical chundy. I brought it on deliberately.
That's awful, mate.
That's what you get taught in Scotland.
That's a Dundee thing.
You puke so that there's more room to drink some more.
Exactly.
That's how it's done. That's how the professionals do it.
Down there! Down there!
2 minutes later, Steve and his friends refresh themselves with a glass of another of Kavos's signature cocktails, the head fucker.
Hold up! Hold up!
And then, time for another tactical chunder.
Go on, Steve. Get it up.
I never worry about liver problems or anything like that with alcohol that I drink. I don't see it as a problem. You live while you're young.
How are you doing? Fan-fucking-tastic. Fan-dabby-dozy. Good man. You want a drink?
In just 4 hours, Steve has drunk more than the recommended weekly alcohol allowance.
Chug, 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 chug.
But to give up and go home is not the Kavos way.
Hey! Everybody should be this fucked. Let's go and get a drink. Let's go get some fucking drink. Let's get a watermelon.
There's no surrender whatsoever. You cannot stop drinking until you have been sick and passed out. There's no other way to do it.
1 a.m. The rest of Kavos is just getting going. But Steve's night out is well and truly over, despite his friend's best endeavours to revive him.
Hang on. One sec. What are you doing? He's gonna die.
How much is too much alcohol? I don't think... Does it exist? Is there a line for too much alcohol?
Yeah. When you pass out, that's when you've had enough.
Why does he always pass out?
That's good advice. Drink responsibly until you're unconscious.
Yeah.
They should have that written on the side of the tin.
Yeah.
It's going the wrong way. It runs that way. Oh yeah, fuck it is, isn't it? He's beside us. I know what it is.
Nobody knows more about the consequences of Kavos's seductive mix of cheap alcohol, no parents and no rules than the staff of Kavos Emergencies. Situated in the middle of the strip, they treat over 1,000 holidaymakers in a season.
Nighttime in Kavos is definitely when things start to liven up. The lights come on, the clubs open up, people are dancing and spilling out onto the streets. As the clubs get busy, so do we in the clinic.
Hands on the
like sprinting down a strip with Jackie on my back.
50-mile-an-hour sprint.
And then hit the floor like...
Face planted.
I ended up breaking my finger, doing my ankle, and that was it. I got a cut on my back, and I was just like, oh no.
My legs are covered in bruises,